Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is the third and final part of the Baddies reunion. Girl, I'm tired. I am tired. I watched it last night, but only because I was cleaning up my room and organizing my laundry. Okay, that's the only reason I put it on. If I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't have put it on. So the episode opens with Brie versus Anmore / Bianca. If you have not been watching, Anmore is now going by Bianca. Bianca is her real name. While Anne was speaking, Persuasion, was being extremely unnecessary. She was being rude. She was laughing while Anne was trying to talk, interrupting her, very much giving Krishan energy. I guess she figured since Krishan was getting away with it the whole entire time they've been filming, she's going to try her luck as well and do it, but it was very, very off-putting. At this point, the conversation switches and we're talking to Brie now, and Brie is really emotional. She's crying, kind of talking about her struggles in the industry that she's in, sex work, and is like, she said she's not ashamed of what she does. It is what it is, but it's still very hard for her to do. Now, as for Bianca, aka Anmore, she was saying that she could not watch the show. She said she tried to watch the first couple episodes and her family thought it was funny what was going on, and she's like, this is not funny, and she was embarrassed by her own behavior. So I feel like the show did what it was supposed to do where Anne is concerned. Because if you remember, when Bad Girls Club started, it really had a purpose. Like the first 3 seasons maybe of Bad Girls Club, like they were given a job, like they had to do stuff, like kind of like on Jersey Shore, how they worked at the little shop on the shore. Bad Girls Club was like that as well initially. And then it just became about partying and drinking and making friends and fighting. But when Bad Girls Club first started, they were working girls. Well, not working girls, but girls with jobs. So the next topic they end up jumping into is the cancer saga with Persuasion. While they are playing the clip back, after it comes off, Krishan is like, I know you're embarrassed. And of course, Persuasion is like, no, I'm not embarrassed about anything, blah, 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 blah. Jayla chimes in and talks about how she feels like Persuasion was deflecting in that moment, because that moment was really supposed to be about the issue between her and Krishan, but she started talking about her cancer scare and finding out that she doesn't have cancer and blah, 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 blah. While Jayla was talking, Krishan starts going like this. The entire time Jayla was talking, it couldn't have been more rude. I was so annoyed and frustrated. I'm like, I can't even hear what she's saying because Krishan is taking it upon herself right now to try to put the attention on her by clapping. She is drunk and needs to be escorted off the stage because this is just belligerent behavior. Like, while somebody's talking, you do not clap the entire time they're speaking. Even if you agree with what they're saying, you either wait till the end or you do a slow clap in the beginning and you stop. She would not stop. And I was like, I'm not sure if at that point there was another battery placed in Jayla's back, but this is when she starts to call Persuasion out. The whole scene was a mess. Krishan was crouching in the couch, so her feet were on the people them sofa, and she's kind of like rocking back and forth, like she cannot sit still. Again, take her off the damn stage, please. So now Jayla and Sway are trying to talk over each other. I can't make out one single damn word that they're saying. And at that point, I didn't even really care what they had to say. I already watched the freaking season. I didn't care about what they were talking about. She didn't have cancer. She did not have a cancer scare. I don't know why she's over here saying that. Like, let's move on. So in a sense, I agree with Krishan, but I don't agree with how Krishan was acting. Does that make any sense? Again, Krishan tells Persuasion she must feel dumb. And it's like, let it go, okay? Channel your inner Elsa girl and let it go. We are tired, okay? Whatever happened between you and Persuasion happened. Y'all supposedly squashed it. I don't know why we're still on this. So here, Sway's like, she absolutely does not feel dumb. Her head is still held high, and her crown is not falling off. At this point, because Krishan is so disruptive, Trina tries to hush her, so to speak. She tries to like quiet her, like, come on, like, you know, let her talk. But that's not working. Again, Krishan brings up the fact that Sway called her dirty and that she cleaned Sway up and knocked her ass in the sink. Yada, yada, yada. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, y'all said you wanted nail cam? Here you are. These are your press-ons for the day. These are like Valentine's Day nails that I had in the box. They're 2 different sets, but I mixed them together. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say Krishan is dirty, but the video that she posted on Blueface, with her and Blueface that day, she's not helping her case, okay? Y'all was saying that it looked like soap suds were coming out of her hoo-ha. I have had a vagina for 30 years. Nothing like that has ever come out of my vagina. Now, at this point, Krishan thinks she's the host for some reason. I don't know if it's because Trina's giving her special freaking treatment, but she thinks she's the host. So she starts telling everybody pretty much, like, let's move on. Next topic. We're over this girl. Blah, blah, blah. Ma'am, you're not the host. You're not the host. I don't understand. Again, it gets really loud. I can't hear anything. I don't know if like because I have kids, like my noise tolerance is like extremely low. So like I can't take a lot of background noise. I can't take a lot of noise, period. So when they're on stage and they're bickering back and forth and you can't hear anything, I'm like, why didn't they edit this out? Like, it's driving me crazy. I wanted to turn off the freaking reunion. The only reason I kept it on was for y'all. So I don't know if Rock is jealous or annoyed or both, but at this point, she's telling them that she's gonna beat the SHIT out of this girl again because they're giving her too much camera time. Ma'am, y'all are all getting the same amount of camera time. It's wide angle, okay? It's a wide angle camera. Everybody is present on the stage. They're talking specifically to her. It's like if they're not talking to Krishan is upset. It was not the Krishan show. It wasn't. It was called Baddies South, not Krishan South, okay? So we're gonna talk to everybody on the stage and whatever we need to talk about with what happened on the show is what's going to be discussed. Krishan was doing too much. So because Krishan is doing too much, Trina again starts to coddle Krishan, and Jayla in the middle of all this starts hyping up again and saying like right now they need to be holding each other accountable and what are they really doing, and at this point they're wasting her time. And Trina agrees. She's like, and my time. And I'm like, my time as well. So I agree with Jayla. My time was being wasted because what am I sitting here watching? I can't hear anything. You guys are not talking about anything. Krishan is being belligerent. What are we doing? At this point, the host, Janisha, I think her name is, finally does her job and she gets some order, okay? She stands up and starts addressing Natalie and Jayla's relationship, friendship, situationship. So Jayla starts spilling tea about how Anne kept bringing her these bones. Anne kept going to Jayla and telling Jayla, like, you know, I respect you. You've opened up your home to me, blah, blah, blah. But there's something I need to tell you. And she's crying. She said that she was crying and she didn't want to tell her, but she felt like she needed to. So obviously, whatever Anne was telling Jayla had to do with something that Natalie had told Anne. Jayla and Natalie are supposed to be friends, as well as Natalie and Anne. If we're friends and you're taking my business and telling a third party, and then that third party is coming to me and telling me stuff I only told you, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who told who what. Okay, so that seems to be what was happening. She didn't say what was said. She just said this is what was happening. So Natalie at this point chimes in and she's like, takes off her glasses, eye wonky and all, and says that she genuinely cares about Jayla and gets pissed off right away. She's like, I'm not doing this. She takes her shoes up off the ground and she starts walking off the stage because she's like, this is some BS. Natalie's like, oh, look, she's leaving, and starts being sarcastic. And then she starts yelling at Anne, and Anne starts saying that she could air at Natalie out right now, blah, 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 and it's all a mess. Natalie starts saying, let's go, let's go. She thought she was Glorilla, child. She's like, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. I really wanted Anne to air her out. I wanted Anne to speak whatever she had to say. But the reason she didn't probably was because she didn't want to embarrass Jayla. She didn't want Jayla to be the, what's that word? Not a martyr. I don't even know what the frig word. You don't even know what you're talking about. Nikki. Listen, I don't know what the frig word I'm looking for right now. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't freaking make it out. So we're just going to skip past whatever the hell I was about to say. At this point, it's a whole mess. Rolly starts piping up again. We all know her and Natalie are going to probably be at it for the rest of their damn lives. Natalie starts yelling at Bianca to come back to the stage. Bianca decides she's not coming back to the stage, and Natalie then walks off the stage. Again, Rolly comes in and she's eating Natalie up, okay? One thing about Rolly, she gonna eat, girl, okay? She gonna eat, whether it's food or Natalie, she gonna eat, period. So she starts spilling tea about Natalie and Scotty, and my ears are perked, okay? I'm listening with a fine-tooth comb, if you will, okay? I am listening. She starts talking about how Natalie told her that her and Scotty were doing the on the plane to Africa, child. I said, not on the plane. What is going on? So Scotty's like, excuse me, run that back. Girl, you heard her. You did not mishear her. You heard her. So Rolly says, Natalie said y'all was eating each other's boxes on the way to Africa. Scotty denies these allegations. She said she gonna stand on it. She never did that, blah, 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 blah. So Rolly corrects herself and she says, no. She said she ate your box. Scotty didn't deny that one, child. And if she did, they edited it out. But I don't think she could. We saw the pictures, girl. We saw the footage, okay? It was weird and nasty and we saw it, okay? I didn't ask to see that footage. I didn't ask to see those pictures. They were going on my timeline for days. I think somebody sent them to me. I said, I don't report on porn. I'm joking. But yeah, I denied it. And I just have to say, Scott, baby, the jig is up. If Nelly been pimping you, she been pimping you. Okay? It's giving Cat Williams. Did you think we weren't going to find out? So now Rolly flying off the handle. Rolly is saying she didn't had sex with all of you. I don't know what kind of sexual deviant Natalie is. She's claiming she's had sexual relations with all of y'all. That's what Rolly said. And Jayla starts piping up about how now y'all know I'm the least gay one in here. I'm straight. I'm this. I'm that. And I'm like, ma'am, we saw you on the boat sucking Persuasion's titties. Please. Everybody is just gonna sit up here and blatantly lie. Ain't nothing straight about you, ma'am. It's giving bend. It's giving a little bit of a bend. You know what I mean? Like, why is she sat there lying? If y'all were all in cahoots, coochie hoots, if that's what y'all was doing, that's what y'all was doing. Ain't no need to stand on it. Own it. Like, what? Why are we denying it? Now, I wish I could tell you exactly what happened between this moment and the next moment, but I can't because I tuned out. I was tired. It was just bickering. And I'm like, girl, y'all sound like a bunch of chihuahuas. Like, I couldn't take it. So Trina starts talking about what it is to be a baddie, and the girls are not giving baddie. And none of them were. The only one that was giving baddie at this point was Bianca. Only Bianca. She was the only one giving baddie. So the next part, they talk about the whole bounty hunter scene, okay? And Krishan is really emotional when they're talking about this. They play the whole clip back like we needed to see it. We didn't need to see it. Like, I think they were just trying to eat up time and make the episode stretch because there was no need for them to recap the whole entire scene. Rock is crying and now she's sitting in between Trina and Janisha. Rock says she does not want to talk about it. Why are we here? Ma'am, while other people are talking, Rock has so much to say. She wants the cameras on her. People are getting too much camera time. Now it's her turn to speak. She wants to be a church mouse. Are you serious? She's over here boo-hooing because she can't stay out of trouble. Come on. It's so crazy because throughout the season, I was loving Rock. I was loving her. But I think when she drinks, she's very problematic. And towards the end of the season, she showed that she was problematic. But like, my soft spot kind of just fell off for her. Like, I'm tired. Especially where the Blueface situation is concerned. Like, it's in her face. Everybody and the grandmama is telling her that ain't it. She has said it herself, this ain't it. And it's not like it's happening in private. It's happening very publicly, and she's not stepping away from it. In fact, she tweeted today about how she's not a toxic female or woman, but her and whoever she's with are just simply not on the same page right now. Baby, you're never going to be on the same page. That man is so problematic. I'm not even going to get into it. Like, over the weekend, I think they posted him with his kids, and he was being so problematic where his son was concerned and coercing his child and allowing the child to disrespect the mother from an early age. Problematic. But this is not about Blueface, so we're just gonna keep it the frig pushing, okay? She doesn't want to talk about the bounty hunter situation, but what upsets me and frustrates me is the fact that Zeus clearly set her up to get arrested for ratings for their show. That's what it's giving. And if they didn't, okay, allegedly. But I think it's quite obvious that it was set up for her to get captured the way that she did. They called and let them know what it was gonna be because they wanted to be able to get it on camera, and then still turn around and offer her another show where she's even in more problems because the show is how her domestic freaking toxic relationship she has with Blueface. That reality show, again, I'm not watching, and I will not watch, and I don't encourage anybody to watch because, like, no, ew. But, like, y'all called the police on her for ratings. What won't you do? Whether she had warrants out or not, they went out of their way to get that footage. It's slimy, it's grimy, it's gross. And even the show they filmed with Blueface and her, same thing. This is not a good example. Like, it's not a good look. So Krishan starts talking about how she doesn't want to be viewed or seen in that bad light, but F it. I think she contradicts herself a lot because she did also talk about how she loves to fight and she gets to be herself. So it's like, if that's what you want, then that's the energy you're putting out is exactly what you're just gonna get back. Like, it is what it is. So we're pretty much at the end of the episode, and now everybody's just asking or being asked the question if they would come back for season 3 or not. Rolly says absolutely not. She said she did not have any fun filming this show. She thought it was gonna be different from Real Chance at Love. She said that it was a horrible experience, and then they tried to ask her, well, you know what? We don't want to really skip over this, so what happened with you and Natalie? And so Rolly starts to detail that everything was all good a week ago, but then things just took a turn for the worse. Apparently Natalie was supposed to help her with, like, her music career. I think she was going to manage her or something like that. I'm like, why would you let Natalie manage you? Girl, please. You should have known. But, like, she started talking about Curtis. And then as she's trying to talk, Natalie pops out from the darkness again, talking about blah, 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 blah. Shut the F up. Shut it down. It's boring. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All these things. Okay? I run LA. Okay? Very much that energy. I'm like, there's just no way she's the EP on this show. Like, so Natalie again starts telling them that they're fired. She's referring to Slim and Rolly. So then Slim starts telling her to shut up and telling her that they don't need her there at the reunion. Like, she's just a poop disturber. You know, we don't need her here. You can go. She tried to dismiss Natalie, girl. Oh my gosh. Again, I met with deafness. I could not hear a damn thing. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea what was going on. Trina starts cussing the girls out. She's like, you guys are delusional if you guys think you're baddies. You guys are delusional. I agree wholeheartedly. They are delusional. Like, nothing about them girls on the stage were bad. Baby, sign me up. Because nothing about the girls. Are you serious? What is bad about them? Other than their behavior, bad behavior, but not actual baddies. Baddies are not, don't carry on with bad behavior. Baddies are classy, girl, please. Baddies don't have to say nothing, please. Like, Trina ate them up, but in that same respect, she needs to stop gassing Rock's damn head, okay? I had about enough of it watching them on the side. No, enough. My little rock star. Now we move on to Bree. Bree says she is not thinking reality TV is for her anymore. She just wants to make her bread and do her thing privately. She doesn't want to be on TV, so she's not returning for season 3. You better edit that out, Jalen. Slim then says some PR ass response and says she would come back. I was shocked. I'm like, she would come back? Why would she come back? She must need a job, child. Because I was actually floored when she said that she would come back for season 3 and that she appreciates everything and she loves everybody there and she enjoyed her time with everybody there. Like, girl, bye. She wasn't even entertaining. Come on, Slim. Jayla says it was an eye-opener for her, but she's not sure if she would do another season. Sway says it was cool and she's booked and busy. She didn't say whether she would do another season or not. She just said it was cool. Scotty, she stated that she's a personal trainer. Baby, we would have had no damn idea. Okay, I guess that's why her name is Scotty with the body. She didn't talk about being a personal trainer not one time during the season. She just kept talking about getting this money in this invisible bag. I was confused. I had no idea she was a personal trainer. She said she has a clothing line, all these things, and she said she wished she would have been able to showcase those things on the show because that's not what she was given at all. Rock said she got a new show with Zeus, which obviously, like I said, I'm not tuning in. Sorry. She says that she would hell yeah return for a 3rd season. She loves this stuff because they pay her to fight and be herself. This is contradictory to what she had stated about she doesn't like being shed in this light. Pick a side, ma'am. You want to fight and carry on and go to jail, or do you want to live a normal freaking life without that negative stuff attached to you? Rolly said it's a complete and utter SHIT show, and she will definitely not be returning for season 3. However, Rolly apparently signed a deal with Zeus, and she is getting her own show. Natalie was gagged, girl. Natalie had no idea about this. Zeus went behind her back and gave Rolly a show. After she just tried to fire Rolly, she thought Rolly wasn't going to have nothing, would be nothing. And Rolly is over there rolling in the dough. Natalie was so mad. And we know she's mad because when she got to storming off again, she had a whole lot to say. Krishan, I think, had brought up Natalie's eye again. And Natalie was like, there's nothing wrong with my eye. Removes her glasses. Delusion. Your eye was like this, lady. Like, you could not see out of it. It was leaning, okay? It was leaning. So she storms off and she starts yelling at Rolly that she hopes that Zeus got her a 1st class plane ticket because she's gonna need that big old seat to accommodate her. I don't know why Natalie is talking to Rolly like she ain't a Happy Meal away from that size. Why is she doing that? Like, does Natalie think she's still on season 4 or 5 of Bad Girls Club? Does Natalie think that she still looks that way? Because she doesn't. And she needs to stop coming for Rolly's weight. She needs a 1st class seat her damn self too. It's giving big body, wide body, bands. Well, not the bands, girl. It's giving minivan. So I don't know why the hell she keeps trying to throw these jabs and these subs. I'm about 2 cheeseburgers away. I'm lying. I'm a skinny legend. So yeah, she tells Slim that she's fired. And Slim is making noise on stage and Rolly's trying to like hush her. Like, don't even respond. Like, who cares? So I'm going to assume that Slim is going to be on Rolly's show. It wouldn't really make sense without her. So then Trina reads them for filth again and pretty much drops the mic, walks off, and Rock walks off with her. She's saying she agrees with everything Trina just said and she's leaving with Trina. And that was the end of it. And thank you, Jesus, because I am so over Baddies. But I obviously will see you guys for the next season of Baddies. I love you all so much. Tell me what your favorite scene or episode was this season, if you even kept up. And yeah, I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Shout out to Ashley Chapman. Shout out to Brooke0422. Shout out to Girl Gaze. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Rosa Vasquez. Shout out to TT Warren. Shout out to Angel Ake? Angel Ake or Angel Aki? Shout out to Always Smiling. Shout out to Brittany Babe. Shout out to Key B. Shout out to Fornimaya. Shout out to Glitter Pink _ Shout out to Lauren O. Shout out to Thimble Fox, Maddie E, Raj. Shout out to Amancia Walker. Shout out to Erica P. Shout out to Zaramirio. Girl, you better put the phonics in the chat because I don't know how to pronounce your name. Shout out to Mary Ann H. Shout out to Miss Lee T. Oh, YT, sorry, not TV. Miss Lee YT. Shout out to Brianna Dacius. Shout out to Catherine Nomad Nee. Priscilla Aneem. Eddie. Shout out to the Skinny Stallion. Shout out to Beautiful Deja Vu. Shout out to Rashika London. Is it London or is it LDN? I guess it would be LDN, girl. Shout out to GFYS Heart. Shout out to Lois Metug. Metug? Shout out to Jiggy Mama and Royalty Majesty. Shout out to Octavia Duplessis. And shout out to Felicia Neal. And shout out to Sky. And shout out to Tavia McKenzie. It's like, girl, when is the shout out's gonna end? There's so many of you guys. Shout out to Nakia Lily. Shout out to the Richie Golden. Shout out to Randira Mathis. And I'll choose one more. Shout out to Kristen Cha. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.